Tennessee. This is Camp Freddy Radio.
The following takes place between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Billy Morrison, Dave Navarro, Matt Sorum, Donovan Leach, and Chris Cheney.
Today is the longest day of my life.
This is Camp Freddy Radio on the Independent FM Indie 103.
It really is Camp Freddy Radio, and we really are here.
What is that music, dude?
What is that?
That's your computer.
Oh,
what are you listening to?
I'm actually burning a CD as we speak.
All right, to play later on the program.
You know that CD playlist that we say we do before we come in the show? And
Absolutely.
So that's why we can't do
the one
requests?
that I spend personally all week on putting together. Finding interesting bands and
That's right.
unsigned artists.
That's the one that you put together. The one I put together was done about 10 minutes ago. And Darren, there's my disc. Thank you very much.
That's his disc. I'm a little tired, I got to be honest with you. I'm halfway through this cup of coffee. I'll be good.
You'll be good when you get that down.
It is good to be back. 6 o'clock, Camp Freddy Radio.
Turkey week.
Yeah, big week.
Did you have some?
I did. My plan, because we're so anal about what we eat for the most part, you and I, it's protein. My plan on Thanksgiving was to skip the turkey and just have stuffing and mashed potatoes and pie. That's it. Don't bring me any protein on Thanksgiving.
Well, it's a day off.
It's a day off, dude.
Now, the plan didn't work. Obviously, you had...
My plan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it worked great.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So it was mashed potato and pie.
Mashed potato, pie.
Excellent.
Yams.
Oh.
Stuffing, gravy. Just kind of slopped together like a...
In a big slop?
Yeah, in a big slop. I was going to say something really rude.
And what stops you? Please.
I don't know. Maybe if I have a cup of coffee, we'll revisit this.
Yeah.
But it was good, and it was weird, though. I'll be honest with you. Family get-together.
Right.
Happens once a year.
Right.
And I can't go into that either, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little...
Yeah, no, I get it.
My Thanksgiving stories are a little colorful, as it were. Yeah. But I did wind up at the Scorpion Bar Thanksgiving evening with a couple of fine young ladies and some friends. Todd Newman was in the house.
Okay.
We had a blast. Tell you.
Good.
A lot to be thankful there over at the Scorpion. To be honest with you. What about yourself?
You were giving thanks over at the Scorpio Bar.
I really was.
I had a nice quiet one. I went to Palm Springs for about 5 days. And
is that about 2 days too long?
It actually was about a day too long because I actually enjoyed myself.
Oh,
but
good.
it was about a day too long. But the food was killer because we go to this place down there. I'll name no names, but it's the biggest buffet I've ever seen.
Yeah.
With a sushi chef. So whilst everyone else is getting turkey and I don't eat all that stuff. So I had the sushi. No, I don't do roast dinners at all. Coming from England,
what do you mean roast dinners?
Like roast beef, mashed potatoes, roast potatoes,
anything roasted?
None of that stuff.
Really?
I don't do any of that.
Wow, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yes,
Darren.
well, I'm weird.
Doesn't eat anything nothing that's been roasted.
That's right.
Grilled, yes.
I also don't like the Beatles.
And he doesn't like the Beatles.
Let's go there.
You're not from England.
Is that weird? No, honestly, because Billy's a very talented musician, accomplished guitar player, put together a number of different bands. I play in a band with him. Doesn't like the Beatles. I find that hard to believe. In fact, it's weird because probably everything that you love has been influenced by the Beatles.
Absolutely, and I'm willing to admit that. I just don't own any Beatles albums, and I don't actually choose to put them on.
One day, I guarantee you that someone's going to throw the White Album your way.
I've heard
and
it.
you're going to get it, and you're going to listen to it, and you're going to be like, what the hell is the matter with me?
Yes, that I'm open to. You know that moment where, I've had it with other bands where for years I've gone, oh, they're rubbish, and then I've heard it in a different headspace and gone, what was wrong with me? That might happen.
I'm not judging you by any means.
Either way, my Thanksgiving dinner was sushi.
Because the good news is that the Beatles have sold plenty of albums.
Yeah, they're not worried that I don't like them.
They're not concerned.
John Lennon especially doesn't care.
He could care less.
He couldn't care less. You know that.
What have you got lined up? Want to go into
Do you have something to kick it off with, or is that...
Sure, actually, this is a little jam that I put together at home. I don't know if you know this, but when I'm a DJ, I go by DJ Moth. That is true.
Yeah.
And first of all, phone lines open 1-877-900-1031, and this is a little mashup, as it were, put together by yours truly, DJ Moth, and it goes like this.
What happened to her? She was good.
Anybody know? Give us a call here.
Half an hour.
Yes.
And eventually you walk out to find out what the hell's going on. It's on an 87 Buick.
You know, no.
Have you ever noticed that?
Because I never have once I hear one, I know what's going on, so therefore I don't walk out to check it out.
Oh, Dave.
Well, I'm serious. I know what they sound like. I've been living here my whole life.
Okay.
No, what do you mean? So what's the point?
My point is, how come it's always an 87 gold and blue Buick?
I can tell you why. Because in 1987, when they installed the alarms on the Buick, the sensor was too sensitive. And so now when a big truck drives by the 87s,
that's right.
Especially in the early...
They got it right by 89.
The early 88s as well. But when a big truck drives by, that'll rattle the street a little bit, and the sensor will pick it up and it will mistake it for some kind of a forced entry.
Oh, I see.
That is exactly why.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
And then we had a caller who I just told Michael, our sound engineer, that he wanted to know why you and I signed with big record labels.
Well, first of all, I didn't.
Billy didn't. So, and I guess the question is to me, why did I sign with a big record label if the record industry is crap right now? I think was the word that was told. Did he say crap?
He said crap.
Can you say crap?
You're saying it.
I'm saying it.
Hell yeah.
Well, when I signed my deal, it was 1991, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I signed a contract. That's the answer. And things weren't so crap back then.
Yeah, but what people don't realize is that you were still on that contract.
That's what I'm saying. So I didn't re-sign up.
No.
You know, they kind of...
In 1991, I would have signed.
Yeah, 1991 was great. And then I'll tell you this,
In fact, I did.
I don't know if it was 91. It might have been... Who knows? It was back in the day.
Back when it was worth taking their money and their tour support.
And then now, it is crap. If I had the choice to sign one today, no way, dude. And it just reminds me, have you heard... Now, Darren, you work in radio and you're here all the time, whereas Billy and I are just here, once a week. Did you hear a big hoopla about the release of the Supernova record?
No.
Did you know that it came out last Tuesday?
Yeah, I remember you talking about it last week.
Because the point I make is, and I'm not worried about those dudes because...
They're going to be fine.
Yeah, they're going to be fine financially, whatever. And sell plenty of tickets and T-shirts and whatever. They'll all have big houses, if they don't already. The point is that how is a major label that has a rock band going to get it out there if they're not even going to promote something that $50 million has been spent on for a season of television, probably the most expensive ramp-up in the history of any record, and you've not heard a single word or a peep about it?
I don't get it.
So then that's Epic. Epic is the label that has them.
So let me ask you something. Because you were on the inside, did Epic have something to do with... Did they have any voice during the show?
That I don't know. I don't think they had any voice during the content of the show, of course, because the content of the show...
They were involved because obviously they knew that Supernova were going to Epic. That's part of the thing.
Absolutely. Right. That was all set and ready to go.
Right.
And
so the label knew they would get in this band.
I guess basically what I'm saying is that if you're a new, cool, interesting young band and Epic comes knocking, run the other way. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because that's the kind of...
Tell them you're washing your hair that day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if that's the push they're going to give a record like that, think about the push they're going to give yours. I mean, in fact, it makes the Panic Channel release look like, the second coming. With the amount of promotion we got.
You actually did get a little bit going on there.
We were like, hey, man, how come we're not doing this or that? And then I look at those guys and I'm like, wow, thank God we're not there. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's a long-winded answer as to why we are with major labels, or why I am.
Yes.
Because they've got me lynched over there.
Yes. The one major label I was ever with showed me exactly how it all works, which is, here's a bunch of money, and then
and here's a bill for that money,
and here's a bill for that money, and then that's it. So,
what's interesting is that my current record label, the office that it is housed in, is going to become apartments.
Oh, can I get my name down on one of those? That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome, but that's how important my label is, where it is. It's like a historical landmark in Los Angeles. It's going to become condos.
Is it really?
Where are they going to move to?
This is the room where they signed the Panic Channel.
No, it's a toilet.
You got a bathroom?
Are they really going to do that? That's disgusting.
It's because now the state of the industry and major...
They can't afford to stay in that building.
They're going to have a one-room office with a phone and a chick to answer the phone and like a computer, and that's it. You know what I mean? I mean, if they were smart, they'd start a clothing line in Orange County.
Yeah.
At this point, because, you know what I mean? It's just like, come up with some fancy slogan and stick it on a T-shirt and open up a shop in Orange County. You'll do better.
Absolutely.
Than if you put out rock records. kicking in, by the way.
No, really?
And it is good. Let's take another one of these calls. Oh, but anyway, let me just finish up by saying, Billy, that's why I'm glad that you and I work here. Because we're one of the only places where new bands get a shot. And then they get taken over by the right. Mm-hmm. If you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We break bands, and then the right picks them up and goes, look at who we found.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
But we're safe in the knowledge that we were the station that played them.
No, we need the adulation, dude.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's about time.
Adulation and a check is always good.
Hello.
Hey. Who's that I'm talking to?
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Billy, it's Paul.
Yeah, hey, Paul.
It was me that just spoke to Dave a minute ago. And
right. Did we answer your question?
You all right, mate?
Did we answer your question?
No, you didn't. Oh, no. I didn't get time to get my point across.
What's your point?
I read Dave's post about Supernova and stuff. And what I wanted to know is, there's Dave and there's Tommy Lee. I mean, they've all got a bunch of money. I mean, why did they have to sign with major record companies? I mean, why?
Okay, well, Dave,
homie, I just answered that question.
Dave just answered that. His contract was signed.
Wait, we don't need to answer it.
We don't.
You'll listen to the podcast. You'll get the answer.
What my point was, I mean, you guys got a bunch of money and stuff. I mean, why didn't you? I mean, I'm not having a dig or anything, but why don't you you say about through the internet and stuff, and that's the biggest one. I totally agree, but I mean, why don't you put it out through the internet? I mean, you got enough fans and stuff, and you know they'd all.
Homie, did you not? Seriously, dude, did you not hear what I said?
Yeah, I did.
It's a contract. It is a contract. It is a legal binding contract.
Not allowed
that was signed
to do that
years ago.
I don't mean so much you, Dave. I mean, like, you get...
Well, I can't answer for anybody else, bro. If you want me to give you an answer based on somebody else, I can't speak for them. You know that. Come on.
I know, but I don't mean you, but I mean, there's so many fans worldwide that tune into the internet, as you know. I mean, you got your side, and you got every other band. I mean, why don't they just, put it through the internet and sell it? Because there's so many fans worldwide. That buy it.
That's a great idea.
The internet.
You know what, dude? I'm going to do that. Thanks, Paul. Wow, I just had to agree with him finally. Just wasn't hearing me. Is that amazing?
I think what he does every Saturday, I think he must go out and get really drunk.
Right? Like, I might as well, sure, let's do that. You know what?
What a great idea.
Oh, my God. All right, Billy, you got another track for us? Please?
Yeah.
Put your little hand
I just wish people would understand a little more.
Well, just listen. How about listening?
Yeah.
You know what? He's probably listening on the internet, so the answer probably hasn't come. It's going to be 8 minutes before he hears the actual answer, right?
Right, I see.
I think it's about 2 minutes behind.
Or 2 minutes.
I was 2 minutes.
But that's in England, so it could be even further. I don't know.
Who knows?
You know what? Let's...
the water goes down the drain backwards in Australia.
Let's play a band that had absolutely no way of releasing it on the internet when it came out. It's the Sex Pistols, and this is Holidays in the Sun. You know what happens?
What happens, baby?
Sometimes it's all just a little much.
A little much, baby.
Sometimes. And other times, we can cope.
Yeah, I'm going through my MySpace right now.
I thought you were going to say I'm going through my midlife crisis. And I was going to go, you and me both.
Hence the MySpace.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll just log on.
Exactly.
You've got to laugh.
You got to laugh. You got to laugh. What was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you about something that was funny. But it's not that funny anymore. I can't recall.
Did you do anything good last week?
Last week. Yeah. Frankly, to be honest with you, I can't tell any stories on the air anymore. It's great news.
You're leading a great life.
It's amazing.
You are leading a great life.
This is the best thing I could ever say.
Well, yeah, I went out and... No, I can't tell you that one.
I can't tell you that one. But I will tell you... Did you watch the remake of The Omen? Finally?
I bought the DVD. I still haven't seen it.
God damn it.
You know, are you going to...
There's nothing to ruin. Have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same, except not as good.
Oh, really?
That's it.
Really?
It opens out different, and you're excited. You're like, wow, here's this thing with the comets and science, and you're like, oh, this is going to be kind of cool.
But aren't the scary bits scarier just because it's done 30 years later?
No, they're exactly... There aren't even new twists on how these people die. Remember the old famous scene, "It's all for you, Damien"? Mm-hmm. She literally, the new one, the same.
No.
Literally says, it's all for you, Damien.
Okay, so
again, when you see the new version, there's a spider walk where she comes down the stairs and it's really creepy.
I heard about it.
That's amazing.
Okay.
But everything else that's been added in is basically stuff that was taken out of the first one.
Right.
And you can see why it was taken out. Because it's like Linda Blair as a little girl getting more tests done in the doctor's office.
Right.
Remember when they're looking for a temporal lobe problem? And it's just her being a terrible little actress. Like pretending to be psychotic and you know what I mean? And so when you watch the original, it's cut together better and it's a little bit more fluid.
But worth watching for the spider, because I read about the whole spider
walk
thing.
is insane.
Yeah, I want to see
it's
that.
The ill. And you just
is it new? Is it a new effect? The spider walk?
No, it's a scene that was cut out.
It's supposed to be a scene that was cut out, but it looks. I just can't see how they did it
back then.
Right. Oh, really?
It's a little, it's.
Oh, maybe maybe one of those things. But also, obviously, there's Exorcist 2, Heretic 3.
The Heretic is awful.
Really?
Have you ever looked at it?
No, I've only ever watched the original Exorcist.
Okay, here's The Heretic. It's Linda Blair as a teenager, and she's at a psychiatrist's office, and they go, remember back when you were a little girl?
No,
and then it's a clip of her from the original Exorcist. Scary stuff that was in that one. They just strung that together. But what I will tell you, the dark horse of the trilogy, or I guess there's 4 of them now, is Exorcist 3 with George C. Scott.
Is that right? Because I haven't seen that either. Don't ruin that one.
Let me tell you something.
It's pretty spooky.
It is not in the file. It is not. Dude, it is incredible. That's just a line. That's a line. That's a George C. Scott line.
And then obviously there's Exorcist the beginning, which I saw. I've already seen. It's kind of okay.
But let me tell you something. Original Exorcist, Exorcist 3, George C. Scott. George C. Scott plays the cop from the first one.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, I like George C. Scott anyway.
Oh, he's amazing. That he's tremendous.
There's no flashbacks in 3, right? They're not flashing back to.
No. It's a totally different script. It's awesome. It's great. But check out The Heretic.
And I will actually watch the Omen remake.
Dude, you will not believe your eyes.
Okay. Oh, and I will just say.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah. No, go on.
The kid in the Omen, the new Omen.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely horrible.
Really?
Absolutely horrible.
I'm bummed. I'm really bummed.
Yeah. I did watch a fantastic movie last night called Lady Vengeance. Same director who did the film Old Boy that I recommended.
Yeah.
It's a Korean film. You would love it. I have it. I bought it.
I just received the Chum Scrubber. That was one of your recommendations, and I'm going to watch that.
Check this out. I own it because I bought it last night.
Lady Vengeance?
I will give it to you.
Oh, you will? I was going to type it in, but if it's coming,
I'll give it to you for free.
I'll borrow it and watch it.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
Now, what were you going to say?
I was just going to go more lightweight, but nonetheless a good movie, Casino Royale.
Haven't seen it.
Saw it. Won't. Well, there's there's not a lot to ruin. It's just
about a spy who saves the world.
Yeah, pretty much. but you know what's good about it is that it actually was. He's a.
Damn it! Why'd you tell me?
Hey, and guess what?
What?
He gets the girl.
God,
no.
But there is a twist. So
is that right?
I mean, yeah, there is a twist with the girl. So you should go watch it.
Is it anything like the original Casino Royale?
Absolutely nothing like the original.
Good. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And someone asked me about this on the treadmill next to me today. Believe it or not.
Please tell me you had your headphones on and they leant over and.
They did the tap.
Hey, Dave.
No. But I will tell you, I walk around the gym sometimes with headphones that aren't playing music. Like I'll forget my iPod, but the headphones are in my bag. I'll put them on anyway, and I'll tuck the little cord down my pants.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, bro, I can't hear you. Sorry. But literally plugged into nothing. Just stick that thing right up my ass.
And you walk through going, living on a prayer.
Stick my hand.
I'm a cowboy.
The funny thing is that when someone talks to you and you got the headphones on, you're doing the headphone trick, you still have to speak loud like you're listening to music. What? No, I can't hear you. Listening to music.
I'll be done in 10 minutes.
No, this girl asked me if I was going to check out the new James Bond, and I said I didn't know, and you've obviously enjoyed it. And I said to her, look, she goes, who's your favorite James Bond? I go, dude, it's all about Roger Moore.
Well, yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It's very simple. Because he was the guy when I was growing up.
Absolutely. So me too.
So he was my introduction to the
Me too.
The 007.
And I have to tell you, you'll like this guy. You will like this guy.
I'm sure I will. Sean Connery original. Was he the original dude?
Yeah.
Or was there another guy?
There's another one.
There was another guy before Connery. Yeah, there was.
There was George Lazenby halfway through for one movie on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Who's in Doctor No?
Sean Connery.
Okay, I thought you meant a different one other than those two. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. He was right. But he's Scottish.
Yeah.
A Scottish dude playing a Brit.
Miss Moneypenny.
Yeah, very good, dude.
Miss Moneypenny.
That's very good.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Kind of getting hard on.
Yes. Take your clothes off.
But what I'm saying is, all I want from my James Bond...
Now strip.
Whatever you say, Mr. Connery. All I want from James Bond is I want stuff exploding. I want gadgets. I want a dude who looks rad in a suit. I want chicks, and I want him to save the world.
You're going to get some of that. You're going to get some of that.
Then I'm in.
Netflix.
And I also want a powerful message that will affect me in a profound way.
Yeah, not so much.
Oh.
Not so much, Dave.
That's too bad.
You're not going to get a powerful message. You got some music? Is it me? Is it you? You've got some.
I've got some music.
Got a good one lined up, right?
This is awesome. This is Rammstein with Führer Frei.
Going on in your neck of the...
I don't know if your family's anything like mine, but they do a lot of speaking and not a lot of listening. It's pretty amazing.
I actually can one-up that, and I love my in-laws. And what's amusing is it's 5 of us around the table, 4 separate conversations.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And one's talking about Axl Rose, one's talking about, Hawaii, one's talking about the food.
So strange.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
So strange. It's
families and Thanksgiving.
Holiday times, people lose the ability to hear anything.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I think it's all the eggnog.
Dude, at my family's house, we have a pretty extensive family. It was 20, 30 people over there. And I do everything I can to shock and offend them. You know how I am? You know?
Yes.
Like, I literally go as far as I can, and I just can't do it.
It makes me so happy that you do that.
Oh, after 39 years, these people are just so desensitized. I'd have to bring in, I'd have to bring a
naked midgets.
Yeah, I'd have to bring a drifter into the house and, and slaughter them to get a rise out of these people.
I'm so glad you said that, because I do the same thing. Yeah. Just to try and get some kind of reaction that's not, Billy, isn't he cute? Yeah, No,
I mean, I pull my sack out. Go, carve up some of this. Yo ho ho! They go, oh, Dave. That's that crazy Dave. At least he's not on drugs. You know what I mean?
It's a good job he's sobered up.
And incidentally, a buddy of mine just instant messaged me and said the spider walk was actually done by a real contortionist back in the day. So it is real.
Is that right?
Wow. That's right. Little unknown fact. Can't figure out why they wouldn't put that in the film.
I'm actually going to go home and watch that tonight.
Fantastic.
I have so much TiVo.
Yeah, dude.
I'll catch up on.
I have an appointment later this evening.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Is this another story you can't tell us anything about?
No, nothing about it. An appointment.
We should probably play some music.
Yeah, I'll tell you about my appointment.
I'll tell you what I do want to do. Where's that... Hold on a second.
Was that you? Jesus.
We are stooping. Where's that copy about this gig thing here?
I don't have it yet because the computer.
Okay, so I'm going to make this up as I go along, but basically, tell me if I'm wrong, Darren. There is a competition running on Indie 103's site.
Actually, the competition already ended. We have the finalists on our website.
Killer. Let's talk about something that's over.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, let's big it up a bit more. Let's play a song and we'll come back and we'll announce who's going to play at the Wreck the Halls gig.
Go to track 5, dude. And this is Failure with Moth.
Indie 1031 is KDLD Santa Monica and KDLE Newport Beach, LINOC. This is Camp Freddy Radio.
The following takes place between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Billy Morrison, Dave Navarro, Matt Sorum, Donovan Leach, and Chris Cheney.
Today is the longest day of my life.
This is Camp Freddy Radio on the Independent FM Indie 103.
That was the ill. Right before that, we had Failure.
Really good.
Great
really
band.
Good.
Ken Andrews is absolute genius.
New band.
No. 90s.
Really?
Yes.
I missed that one.
You missed that one. I will hip you to it.
Yes.
I'll get you the disc. I'll burn it for you.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I really like that.
It's great. It's just the coolest music.
Now, let me ask you. I was looking at your site and I saw this video for Roxy Saint.
Roxy Saint.
Obviously, interest peaked.
Yeah.
What's the story? She got a band? Album?
She's an amazing singer and artist. I would say she's more of a performance artist at this point.
I was hoping you would say that.
She's actually got a DVD that's pretty incredible that she made, and she just did it all herself, shot it all herself.
Was
did all the
that
music.
a clip of it?
That was clips of it. If you go to RoxyRoxy.com, and in her new DVD, you can see yours truly getting tattooed.
Aye.
And it's going to be pretty interesting.
Nice. So is that something you haven't done it yet?
I've done it.
Where?
I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
It's another story I can't tell. A lot of stories Dave can't tell. But we had a genius caller, incidentally.
Yes.
And this is something that we used to do called Sex and Love Advice.
I think we should go back to that.
We should go back to it. Sex and or love advice.
I think it's Greg. Is it Greg on the line?
It is, and I think that the love advice should come from you, since you're still married.
Well, hey, here we go. Here we go.
And
Sex and love.
I'll
right?
tackle the sex part.
You do the sex. I'll do the love.
Greg.
Yes.
What's happening, dude?
Not much, man. I got a question. I've been dating this girl for a while, and we've been having sex. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she's one of those chicks that she likes to be choked, and it kind of freaks me out a bit. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Is that wrong?
Well, no, it's not wrong.
Is it wrong? Actually, it's very right. If you if you ask me, what would you? I mean, I have experience in
I do too. I'll tell you, it's helpful if she gets on your back to take out the trash for half an hour right before it.
Yeah.
That way you'll feel like choking her.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
No, dude, I'll be honest with you. Some people are into that, some are not. I don't mind choking a girl here or there, but I have some girlfriends that like to get beat up, like punched.
Yeah, what is with that?
I just say, look, dude, if you want someone to punch you, it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah.
I can't get into that. But no, just hit me, and I'm just like, you know what, dude, move it along.
Yeah, that's like something from Blue Velvet or something like that. Doing something like that. I don't know.
But the choking thing.
Have you tried it with her?
Yeah, I did, and I got into it a little bit. To tell you the truth.
Okay.
There you go. So what's the problem?
What's your problem? I mean, if you tried it, you got into it, she liked it, you liked it, off you go, my son. That's what I would say.
Yeah, man.
You guys gotta. Let me tell you what you gotta do. You gotta work out a system, and before you're in the coital, moments.
Safe words.
Safe words, or a tap system or something. And what I've done in the past is when you're not having sex, just figure out how much pressure to apply before it's too much for them. Do you see what I'm saying?
But she wants it all, you know what I mean? She turns blue on me. It's like, what the hell?
You need to watch that kind of stuff.
I'm not sure about turning blue. For me.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, this bitch likes it,
But here's the thing. It's not weird.
No.
It's a very common thing. Where do you live, dude?
I live in East LA.
Yeah, it's definitely common there.
It's all happening down in East LA.
And here's the trick. A lot of people don't know about this when it comes to choking. If it goes too far, just wrap them up in plastic, drive to Angeles Crest Forest, drop them out,
and move on.
And hit the highway.
And move on.
I was thinking about Echo Park instead, or I don't know.
Or, it's a great tip. It's hard to get away with because it's a heavily populated area, but tar pits. Drop them in the tar pits, dude.
That's right.
No one will ever know.
They're going right by that T-Rex there.
It'll be a billion years.
Right by the Stegosaurus.
She won't be found for a billion years, my friend.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, baby. Okay, good luck with that choking.
Thanks, man.
All right, thanks. Hey, I just want to say you guys are the best radio show ever.
Thank you, buddy. Well, I feel like it now.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, buddy.
Hey, we got a couple more. Let's go dangerously. Line 5. Yo, what's up?
Hello, is that Billy?
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Paul, you gotta be kidding, dude.
No. I know maybe I've brushed you guys off tonight, but now it's time to give something back.
No, dude, we're done. That's it.
No.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. Guys called 4 times tonight. Wow. Anyway, it is 7 o'clock, top of the hour. Hour 2, Camp Freddy Radio. Woo! Moving right along. Billy, what have you got? We just heard from Failure.
I'm actually going to play. It's very hip to like this band, but I actually like this band.
I Okay, I'm gonna
Go on.
No, that's all right.
Go on.
No.
You don't like that I like them, do you?
No, it bothered me.
It did bother you. I saw it bother you when I put it on the playlist.
Yeah. It's okay.
You know, I tell you what. Let's do this.
It's okay.
I want to discuss it with you first.
You really want to talk about it?
Not right now. You are my partner. Let's play track one.
That's why. No. Play him. Play it.
Well, what about playing the Christmas song, top of the hour?
We could definitely do that, but I want you to play it. I'm not telling you what to not play.
No, I know. I will still play it.
I will never do that to you.
By the way, we're talking about My Chemical Romance.
Yes, we are.
We're talking about My Chemical Romance. And I happen to like them. I think The Sharpest Lives is a really great song.
A lot of people do.
Now,
yeah.
It bothered you?
A little bit. But you know what? I think they're doing an in-store at Hot Topic this weekend. I'm going to go check them out. Meet the guys, Billy.
Oh, Dave.
That's okay. I can like the Beatles. You can like My Chemical Romance. It's all right. It's all good. Play them, dude. Prove me wrong. I don't know. You know what? I'm speaking uninformed.
You haven't heard them?
I've seen clips here and there, but I haven't listened to them to check it out.
Okay, play it. Track 2, The Sharpest Lives, My Chemical Romance.
Let's see what happens. We'll come back. We'll talk about it.
Okay, perfect.
I will say this about that. There are definitely more offensive things out there. Definitely. It's of that ilk. It is probably one of the least offensive.
Dave, here's the thing. I went out, I got a bunch of new music because I want to find out what is going on.
Yeah.
Right? And that was one of them.
No. I'm not. Hey, dude, I ain't judging.
You know, whilst
I'm just not into that, youthful, earnest, I'm really sincere, and here are my words. I don't... it doesn't do anything for me. You know why? Because they don't sound damaged enough for me.
Well, no, but they're too young to be damaged right now.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know. Darren, what are your thoughts? It's not bad.
Yeah.
I see why kids like it.
It's melodic, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah, it's catchy.
Yeah, definitely catchy.
I see why people like it. I guess.
What about the song that this station's playing? Oh,
that I can't. I'll listen to My Chemical Romance over that any day.
Yes.
Fly in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Fly in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe.
It was an interesting week. I mean, I was, checking The Killer's new album and that, and just stuff that's getting tons of front pages. I just wanted to hear.
Yeah, no, dude. Hey,
I got to tell you, there is no Zeppelin 4 out there.
And I'll tell you this: I may not be, I don't hate it. I mean, like I said, I wasn't offended by it. I didn't go, oh my God, what was that? But millions and millions of listeners disagree with me, and you're one of them. There's millions and millions of people love it. And here's my thing: I support artistry.
Absolutely.
And these guys are dead serious about what they do, and I say more power to them. And I'm happy that they're doing well, and I'm happy that they did well on their own terms.
Well, that's kind of part of why I wanted to play it.
It is not. You just like the track. That has nothing to do with it.
I'm just pleased there's bands with guitars, Dave, making some waves. That's what I'm pleased about.
I'm pleased too.
And
I really am.
It's not pop, keyboard, shoegazing rubbish.
Hey.
There's a good chorus.
There's something to be said for shoegazing rubbish.
Oh, hell no.
I know. Well, see, Billy and
I'll tell you what, line up a Smith song or a Morrissey song or something,
You do Meet His Murder, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But
War of the Bands.
No, but here's the thing, Billy and I, and this is one of the things that makes our collaborations work and our radio show work, is that he and I don't like the same stuff.
That's good.
No, it's good.
I play stuff all the time. He's like, oh God, what's Dave got now? You know what I mean? I got stuff here right now that you're probably not gonna like.
Hold on, let me come
Stereophonics.
I love the what's Stereophonics?
Dakota.
Yeah, good track.
Fishbone.
Yeah, number 8's not really going down with me.
You don't like Tricky?
Nah, he's alright.
Oh, I love Tricky.
Tricky, dude.
He's alright. Now that you need to play track 2, I need to hear. What can you like?
Prodigy and Tom Morello.
I would love. Well, 2 amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
I've never heard it. I might have heard it. Where is
you'd have
that
to
from?
you'd have to dig a little deeper than new releases on iTunes to find that one.
Hey, you're really going to go there, aren't you, Dave? Where did you get that one?
I don't even know. I'm just saying, dude. You really like to check it out for new stuff, and you came up with My Chemical Romance? I'm just saying.
Unbelievable. Dave.
I had to go to deep cuts to find that.
Unbelievable.
Seriously. No, it's deep cuts, dude. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what deep cuts are?
I have no idea what you're doing right now.
What I'm talking about is on iTunes.
Right.
If you search something,
Yeah.
let's say, and then you're going to come up with the hits, right? The menu is going to come up with your hits.
Obviously.
And then what are the 3 levels, Darren? Do you know?
No, I don't.
All right, let's find out right now, because this is interesting. This is where I find some very interesting things. And I'll just pass it along to you. A little gift from me to you. And I'm just playing. For the most part. So you go to iTunes Store. Say you search.
I'm doing it right now. The Prodigy.
Okay. The Prodigy, right? Okay. This is awesome radio.
Yeah.
This is.
Hey, Michael, I hope you're tuned in. We're really right. And then what happens?
Michael Steele, kick your shoes off and settle back. Because this is going to be.
We're going to bring
radio.
you some radio you've never heard before.
Yes.
Deep cuts.
You find it?
No.
Damn it. Well, let's play.
More results is one.
You guys want to play your Christmas song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why don't
let's
we
do that. We agree on that.
Track 1, this is Camp Freddy. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I think we can agree now that was just probably one of the most amazing things you or I have ever heard.
Absolutely. Ever.
Who was he, guys?
Ever. That's the Camp Freddy Christmas single. And I can tell you, it will be released on... the
iTunes.
12th. The 12th, that's it. On iTunes on the 12th of December.
And I imagine you guys are going to play it at our party.
We are going to play it, yeah. Just
betcha.
real quick, Wreck the Halls, Camp Freddy, Lily Allen, Drive A, The Darling Stilettos, Thursday, December 7th, Avalon, tickets on sale now, indie1031.com. Not really reading that off a board, am I? But, whatever. Yes, we're playing, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be amazing.
And it is a benefit, Music Cares map thing, and so just buy your ticket.
What's super cool about this show is that Camp Freddy usually does a lot of private parties and corporate gigs and event releases and so forth, and this is a show that anyone can go to.
And I have to tell the few amount we've actually done like that have been some of the best.
The best ones. Well, yeah,
they all get down the front, and it's a good.
Well, because it's not a hall full of suits that are letting their hair down for the holiday season.
I wonder if they'll play some Pat Benatar.
That's right. You're damn right. When we got a caller on the line, a 41-year-old musician in a band, local band. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Alan.
Hey, Alan, how you doing?
Happening, dude?
I'm
And he's
doing
calling
great.
here from Allentown.
Oh, God, no Billy Joel. Please, no Billy Joel.
I'm sure you've heard that before. What's going on, dude? You were talking about My Chemical Romance.
I've never been a My Chemical Romance fan. I was just out picking my pregnant wife up some dinner and listening to you guys talk about it, and I was so excited to hear the debate. But I got to tell you something, Dave. As a 41-year-old guy who grew up with Queen and Pink Floyd and all the classic rock,
Yeah.
you should listen to the first 5 songs of that album in a row.
Actually, you're dead right, mate. The first 5. See, I take it off after the first 5.
Is that right?
You shouldn't be playing The Sharpest Lives as a tune to get anybody into them.
Well.
You should be playing this song Dead.
Yeah.
That would fall into the category of deep cuts, if I'm not mistaken, right, Alan?
Oh, man.
See?
I think they're really great. And Dave, I really think that if you gave them a chance,
Dude, I'm all happy to give him a chance. And frankly, I didn't say I hated it, because I've only heard that one song this one time, and I said it wasn't terrible.
And the good thing is, like Dave was saying whilst we were playing that last track, is the great thing is we do have different opinions, and it is good that Dave has a different, and it's great to hear what you guys think. And I think it's interesting. You're a 41-year-old local musician, and you're listening to that album.
Yeah, I don't want to come across as this anti-MCR dude.
No, you're not, and I'm a huge fan of yours, Dave.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of yours for a long time, and big fan.
And I'm particularly a fan of how they got to where they're at, which is by hard work on their own via the internet. Huge fan of that. So I support.
And you know what? These guys actually can play, and they really can do what they do live, which you don't see enough of anymore.
Yeah, that kind of helps as well.
So
great to hear from you.
That.
Nice one, and loved your pregnant wife.
Yeah, dude. When's she due?
April 9th, my friend.
April 9th.
Nice.
That's right. Shout out to Beth.
All right, Beth.
Big shout
if you're
out
listening,
to
where are you going to get her food?
the Stango Cafe.
All right, so if anybody's down there, go say hi to Alan.
I'm in a restaurant here.
Yeah, go and say hi to Alan and his pregnant wife over at the, whatever that is.
And listen to my band, Throttleback Sparky. We're pretty great, too.
Hey,
okay. Well, we're on the phone.
Nice one.
Hey, if I'm going to plug a restaurant, I'm going to plug my own band.
Yeah, no kidding. Alan, touche, my friend.
Yeah, good call.
Oh, there you go.
All right, guys.
All right, see you later, buddy. Well, that was nice. Is there somebody else on the line there? Because Alan was great.
Absolutely.
He made his point. He wasn't, like, issuey about it.
Absolutely.
He's like, you know what? I like this, and I'm going to stand up for it. And you know what, dude? You and I differ on so many different things. I'm a Fergie fan. See? I'm a that new JT. You don't like Fergie, dude?
I like looking at Fergie.
You don't like that new jam? Fergalicious? Dude. See, at least she's not pretending to be some underground, like, damaged person. She is what she is, dude. And that girl has worked her ass off. Wild Orchid, years ago.
But what's also good is that I came in last week, played Spiz Energy, band you'd never heard of.
And I loved it.
That's right. See, that's how we were.
Then my chances of coming across My Chemical Romance at this point in my life.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You can't throw a rock in this town without hitting something to do with My Chemical Romance.
But I also do think that becomes it becomes a matter of, well, is it trendy to like them?
Oh, you know me. I could care less, dude. I'm sitting here going, new Fergie record's great. It really is. It's a good record. And that JT track, I'm bringing Sexy back. Yeah. That's good, dude. Hey, I'm not saying that it is the most compelling, talented, artistic movement, but I'm just saying the beat and
Have you ordered the K-Fred record? Are you down with that one?
There's a couple... No.
Did you get your tickets? I heard that he'd sold about 11 for the House of Blues.
How about that, man? Did you see that? Did you see that Jimmy Kimmel thing?
Yeah.
What about Michael Richards, speaking of bizarre...
Hey!
Wow. Let's talk about that one.
But I do believe it's a matter of what drugs you're on at the time, and, I mean...
Let me tell you something. I have done my share of drugs, as you know.
And nothing would make you speak...
And I've never yelled the N-word at a guy. Ever.
Yeah.
I've been out of my mind for years at a time.
You don't just spontaneously burst into that, do you?
Screaming racial slurs.
Well, I took a little bit of speed, and just out it came. It's just,
An accident. If you watch that tape of him,
10 minutes.
If you watch the tape of him, it's like he painted himself in a corner and like told himself as an entertainer, I'd better go with this.
Absolutely.
And he went with it, and it got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. And then I believe that his mate Jerry Seinfeld got him on the chat show to try and make an apology.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It just that was a bad couple of days for Michael right there.
I think it's going to be a bad year for Michael.
It might be going downhill.
He yeah, he may want to move to Arizona. Okay, who's on the phone?
That one.
Oh, what were you going to say?
1-877-900-1031. I did. I don't remember having anything good in the last hour and a half.
I don't know, man. What are you pointing at? Commercials?
Really?
Okay.
Go on then.
Let's do it.
You're listening to
30 p.m. Camp Freddy Radio.
Yes, it is.
And,
you got something lined up, Dave?
Yeah, this is The Prodigy with Tom Morello on guitar. One-man army.
The Clash!
Right, I gotta read you something.
Is what is Clash City Rockers. What are you gonna read us?
I'm gonna read...
Hold on, turn that rubbish then.
This is rubbish. When our radio show just kind of becomes...
Oh, yeah. You're gonna read it out? Do you think people understand, Dave?
Okay. Okay, no, people don't understand. First of all, I got this. Dave, you're a contradiction. You give it the big one about the internet this, internet that. Then when fans ask you a serious question about yourself and other alike who already have fame and fortune, don't go the route when they already have the money and the fame like you, and then you take the piss. Yeah, you're really funny. It's always nice when you talk to us like uneducated pricks, even though we buy your music, line, and your product. Uneducated, by the way, spelled UNEDITUCATED.
You don't have to even say any more on that.
The only week would be only the weekend. Okay. All right. Anyway, so let's get into this.
You want to get into it? I'll.
Well, you and I were just talking about this.
Absolutely.
First of all, here's the question that was on the floor, and I just can't believe that our show has been just turned into this nonsense. We were asked, why don't big rock musicians just put their music out on the internet? Right? That was the question.
That was the question that
If we're sitting here saying that major labels suck and you should just do it on the internet and you'd generate more of an interest in a story and an income, why don't we do that?
Right.
Billy.
There's a lot of things people don't understand. First of all,
and I just feel like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I answered this question and I didn't answer it meanly or in a condescending way the first time.
That's right.
The second time, I was irritated by it.
Well, because who likes to repeat themselves? But we're going to do it. We're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again.
First of all, there is one situation of which Dave is just one of many people, as an example, is that people signed deals a long time ago. People signed deals when it was very advantageous to take not only the record company's money, but the record company's power that was able to put a band out on tour for 18 months, the Metallica Black Album, the Jane's Addiction tours, all of that stuff that enables your favorite band to come to a town near you and play for you. Now, that doesn't exist anymore. And what happens when you put a record out without any backing is that no one knows it's there, which means that the band can't go out and play to you, which means within 6 months the band is dead. I have many examples.
many examples.
Now,
and in my case, with the Panic Channel, I was signed to Capitol. There was nothing I could do about it.
You need to make that plain. You had no choice.
No choice.
So you know,
if we were not
let's
signed
get that straight.
Yeah, if we were not signed to Capitol, would we have definitely done it ourselves? For sure.
Yeah.
That is the answer. Now, as to the question is, why didn't Tommy and Gilby and Lucas and Jason do that?
Who knows?
I have no idea. They're different people. They're not me.
Right.
I have no idea what they think.
Right.
Does that help?
I think that clears a lot of things up. I believe, you know, what Circus Diablo are doing. We didn't even talk to a major label. For obvious reasons. I see my friends going through it. I see the state of the music business. There is no large advance to be had anymore, and they don't care. So we are working a middle ground, which is bit of cash.
There you go.
You see what? Here's the other thing that we were agreeing on, Dave, you and I.
Yeah.
People don't understand the kind of money it takes
to put a band on tour.
Just here's an album. The statement, here's our album. If you out there want to see the band, buy the record, you've got to know that the record is out there.
Yes.
And then you've got to know that the band are coming to your town. That is not done on one band's website. It just isn't. It doesn't work like that. And if it is going to work like that, it takes a lot of money to do that.
Yes.
And very few rock stars that I know are willing to go, here's $750,000. I'm going to release an album.
Yeah, let's start renting buses.
Yes.
And paying for our crew.
Absolutely.
And, you know, tour support is
and maybe we'll sell, I don't know, 100,000 albums?
Yeah, in a day where nobody's buying records?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good investment on my $1 million that I earn over 20 years.
Yes.
I'll take $1 million of my money and throw it away. It's hard. It's hard.
$15 on the internet? How much are you going to make? 14?
Exactly.
Something like that? You know, provided printing costs and shipping costs, whatever. Minus that stuff, you own it. That's it.
And the thing is, there's so many more details that would be very boring radio to go into. But
I think people are fascinated.
I think you need to understand that the marketing dollar is not the same dollar that a musician has in his pocket.
Yeah, and also you hear about all these advances, like, you know, they got X amount of dollars. They also get a bill at the end of that to pay it back.
And let me
through record sales and so forth.
Let me tell you something that I actually take, that I believe everyone should understand this. I thought everyone did. First of all, when a band tells you, we got X amount of money, when you sign a record deal, they normally sign you for at least 2, maybe 3, possibly a 7-year sunset deal, right? What the bands do is add up all the potential money that is in that record contract and say, yeah, we got $2.5 million. Right? What actually happened is they got a couple of $100,000 all in for their first album, and if they have a hit, and if they recoup, and if the record company gets their money back, they'll get some more.
There you go.
Okay? There's a lot of stuff people don't understand about this.
Somebody on line 1.
Let's see who
that is. Hello?
Hi, yes, I have a question for you. There was something that was advertised on your radio station about like a punk rock Shakespeare thing.
I love Camp Freddy Radio because we just spent 10 minutes pouring our heart out about the state of the music business.
I'm just trying to answer, and people are getting upset that we didn't. First of all, we did answer it. Secondly, they say that we're treating people like uneducated idiots, but we're not.
Well, why don't you respond to how this radio show is how we would like our radio show to go and how it slows down? You want to... Dave?
Yes? I'm reading somebody else.
Are you there, Dave? He's reading.
He says, I'm not only saying it about the Panic Channel, I'm saying it about Supernova as well. You said it yourself, no record promotion. Why would they do it? The answer to that question is, I don't know. I'm not in Supernova. You see what I'm saying? I can't give you those kinds of answers, why other people would make choices. I just don't know.
You know what's really funny is that you're having a conversation with someone.
That's right. And
on
everybody,
the radio.
You're goddamn right I am.
Via internet.
That's right. You're goddamn right.
Here's the thing. We're not trying to treat people with disrespect. What it is we're in here trying to play music, have a discussion. And what you don't realize is we get 20 calls going, hey, and it's silent. And we say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, this guy is saying, why didn't... You know what? I'll bet you that when Supernova signed with Epic, they thought there was going to be some advertisement dollars spent.
Of course.
I'm sure they thought that. Believe me.
We're going to give you the world, and you are going to... Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
And a lot of bands, frankly, they have to make a choice. Do they want to make a living? And if they want to make a living, they put their records out, and they sell them, and they sell 1,000 copies at, they keep $10
That's right.
a record. That's $10,000.
And you build a solid hardcore fan base, and you can do 10 albums over 15 years and go touring, and you'll make a living.
What's that band, String Cheese?
String Cheese Incident.
Going to the bank, dude.
Absolutely.
These guys are going to the bank. No major label. Right. But
would you know what they look like?
No.
Do they care? No. They're making a living.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of artists are stuck with the choice. Do they want to be well known, or do they want to make a lot of money?
Absolutely.
And sometimes the two meet. And
but that's the thing. You don't do it.
The gamble.
That's the gamble.
And that's why Billy and I, we did our records, put them out. We knew it was going to be an uphill battle. And we just love doing it.
And the way I did my record was on my own dime.
That's right.
On our own dime, because we decided...
This is really just getting so personal. It's awesome.
Yeah, but, if we're going to get into it, let's get into it. Why would I bother trying to persuade someone else to write a check and to own everything when I am in a fortunate position to be able to disappear into my mate's backyard and make a record?
That's exactly right.
How we did it.
That's
okay,
right.
and that is, given a choice, how most of my friends would do it.
Given a choice, that's what I would do.
And you guys out there have got to understand that there's so much else involved. So many more details in this whole thing. Dave's looking so forlorn now.
No, it's just and you're the question when it comes to Supernova, it's like, I'm sure, Tommy, Gilby, and Jason are all signed to 3 different labels on their own individually, and so they got to get an override on the record that comes out on it. It's just a mess, dude. It is a utter mess. Yeah. But let's get back into happy times.
Happy thoughts. How?
What are you, Darren's huddled in the corner going, let these guys, the hell when they shut up.
Do I still have a job?
No, he's got a job. We don't.
Okay, he's pointing at commercials. We've probably played 1 song this set. No, we've done all right. We've done some 3 or something. Do the commercials and we'll hit a song as well.
This is Camp Freddy, to Camp Freddy Radio, Indy 1031.
It's Billy Morrison and Smartass Makeup Boy. Who incidentally has the option of banning people from the internet. So we have that to look forward to.
Oh, everyone!
I like how they go to your site and they talk just mad, crazy crap, and then they go to mine. They're like, "This is really interesting communication." Yeah. Doesn't work, bro. We can read. Anyway, someone's on the phone who's calling from the UK who actually has a brain between his ears.
Yeah.
Hello.
Who's this?
Hello. It's not exclusive to everyone that lives in the UK, though.
What?
A brain.
No, I didn't. That wasn't a commentary on the UK. It was a commentary on humanity, really.
Don't worry.
So what you got going on?
Well, the point I wanted to make, just to add to this great debate about, signing to a major label. I'm in an unsigned band.
Right.
We're working our asses off on the internet. MySpace, if I ever meet Tom, that man's going to get a kiss and a whole lot more. It's just been a revolution to us, and it's going really well on the internet.
Right.
But we've got iTunes. We sell our stuff on iTunes. We've done our own CDs. People can buy them from the MySpace, buy them from the website. But we still feel like we're on the outside looking in. We're not getting radio play. We don't get in the glossy magazines. We don't.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that by signing to a major label, that's going to happen?
Well, this is the thing. When you're the unsigned band, you hear little rumours. You get this vibe that there's this big machine working for all these bands.
There is.
That are signed.
There is. No. That's the bit of the statement that's wrong. It's not for all these bands. There is a huge machine working for a very, very small percent of signed bands.
Yeah, dude, is every position in your band filled?
Actually, I was going to ask you if you fancied doing a little bit of guest guitar work.
Well, I don't know if I can make it out to the UK, but what I can say is that if you want a surefire success on your hands, get Ashley Simpson to join or something like that. Then you'll get all that machine that you're talking about working. Otherwise, it's a gamble, dude. That's the thing. You don't know. You're right. You're absolutely right. There's the promotion department and the tour support and this and that and radio people that go out and push things for you. And a lot of those departments are good. A lot of those individuals are good. But the bottom line is, if the powers that be at the label believe in you, those things will get into action. If they don't, they won't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to be a nightmare scenario.
It is a nightmare scenario.
You're trapped in for, 10 years maybe.
Here's a little experiment for you. Here's what you do. Go on, and we were using Epic as an example earlier on, but you can use any label. Go on.
Epic have actually been mentioned recently by a newly found management company, which is why I've been listening so intently to this whole supernova
let me tell you, this is what you do. You go onto their website. You can go onto Epic or Warner or any one of the big holy grail major labels, and you will see an alphabet from A to Z. Those are the bands that are signed to that label, okay? Now, you will see literally 400 bands, maybe. You will see maybe 30 that you recognize. Okay?
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm with you.
And it's a sad state.
I would keep slaving away, doing what you're doing, and make them come to you.
Absolutely.
That's what happened with My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Make
them come to you.
Yeah, they created the buzz on their own, and then everybody came after them. And
don't get me wrong, we're not sat around waiting or anything like that.
That's it.
We do still see this whole, especially the big three, Universal, the whole BMG sort of organisation.
And you know what? Let's not ruin the dream, because let me tell you something. If you do manage to get that machine working for you, you're going to have a hell of a time. You're going to have a lot of fun. Just also enjoy the process.
We're definitely we've got we've got really low expectations, but really sort of high ambitions, if you know what I mean.
That's perfect. Yeah. And as long as you love what you're doing, you can't go wrong, really.
Go buy a book called The Process by Brian Geisen.
But I mean, even look at what's it called? That band, OK Go, right?
Yeah.
They were kind of in the Where Were They Now file, and then they went and spent, I think, $500 or $600 on their own video that became a viral video, that treadmill thing. And then all of a sudden, their label, rallied behind them.
Oh, that treadmill video.
It's incredible.
How cool is that?
They did that themselves.
How many bruises do you think those guys got?
Who knows? But the point is, they did it themselves, and then all of a sudden, they start getting attention and interest, and it was a viral thing that happened on the internet that they did themselves, and now all of a sudden, their record label turns around and is like, yeah, we have OK Go and we support them. Well, yeah, after they did everything themselves, you guys are going to come in and take the credit for it. And it's, just so that's a good example of a band that's signed to a major that still had to do it themselves. In order to get that machine working for them, they had to make it happen. Because the promise of that machine working wasn't
signing
wasn't
that
working.
deal doesn't mean the machine's going to kick into gear.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you think bands sign this, like, major label, and then think, right, that's it, feet up? Rockstar lifestyle, we're not going to do fuck all, we're going to wait, sorry.
99% of bands. 99% of bands will sign that deal and put their feet up and go,